Thanks for joining me again as we look back at another great classic film. This is a surprising film noir which plays on the age-old theme of the boy who cries wolf. Its success undoubtedly rests on the powerful performance of its young protagonist, as well as the familiar uneasy feeling that we may not be safe in our own homes. This is a film that came close to never being released due to the lack of faith shown it by the studio and its new owner. It is The Window from 1949. Based on Cornell Woolrich's short story The Boy Cried Murder, reprinted as Fire Escape, and first published in Mystery Book Magazine in March of 1947, it was optioned by RKO, who assigned Frederick Ullman to produce. Mel Donnelly, who had written The Spiral Staircase for RKO, adapted the screenplay and titled it The Window. Ullman had been head of RKO's documentary and shorts department and wanted to use a semi-documentary style for the story, which was supported by RKO's decision to move the production from Hollywood back to New York. Filming began in November of 1947, making it the first movie RKO shot there in a long time, and the first film noir to shoot nearly entirely on location in New York City, being completed before, but released after, The Naked City in 1948. Ted Techleff was attached as director after working as a cinematographer on over 100 films, including Hitchcock's Notorious. Working with Hitchcock in particular helped fine-tune Techleff's ability to build suspense, a skill this film benefits from. The central role of Tommy went to Bobby Driscoll, who RKO borrowed from Disney. Barbara Hale, best known for her work on TV in the Perry Mason series, was cast as Tommy's mother. Tommy's father was played by Arthur Kennedy, who first rose to prominence on stage playing Bill Loman in Arthur Miller's Pulitzer Prize-winning play Death of a Salesman, and went on to become one of American film's premier character actors from the late 1940s through to the early 1960s. Paul Stewart and Ruth Roman, who are likely best remembered for their work in television, were cast as the murderous couple. The film opens with a quote from Aesop's Fables about the boy who cried wolf, prefacing the film's story of a boy, with a reputation as a liar, who witnesses his neighbours killing a man. As the film was being finished at the end of 1947, Howard Hughes bought RKO, and this was a film he decided was not worth releasing. Plans to shelve it indefinitely were ironically abandoned due to the studio's flagging box office returns. On its release in 1949, it was a hit, due largely to the audience word of mouth, grossing several times what it had cost. The film was lauded by the New York Times, who were impressed by the film's striking force and terrifying impact, as well as the brilliant acting of Bobby Driscoll. The film's only Oscar nomination came for Best Editing, losing out to Champion. However, Bobby Driscoll won an Academy Juvenile Award for his work in this film and Disney's tearjerker So Dear to My Heart. The Juvenile Oscar is a miniature Oscar statuette awarded by the Board of Governors of the Academy to recognise the outstanding contribution to screen entertainment by performers under the age of 18. It was awarded 12 times, most notably to Shirley Temple, Mickey Rooney, Judy Garland, Dinah Durbin and Hayley Mills, as well as Bobby Driscoll. The Window won the Edgar for Best Motion Picture at the Edgar Allan Poe Awards. It was nominated for a BAFTA for Best Film and a Writers Guild of America Award for Best Written American Drama. In 2003, critic Dennis Schwartz wrote about the noir aspects of the film, which explored the idea of the American dream of hard work leading to material success and a utopia in the suburbs, as it cries out for the children left to survive in harsh city surroundings as their parents become too busy to raise them properly. The TV Guide in 2008 praised Techleff's frightening vision of helplessness and vivid depictions of childish frustration at being dismissed or ignored by one's parents, enabling the audience to identify with Driscoll's predicament and to view his parents as almost as evil as the murderers themselves. Likely the success of this film influenced Hitchcock's Rear Window and Witness to a Murder, which both followed 5 years later and had very similar storylines, though featuring adults in the central role. It was remade as The Boy Cried Murder in 1966. In 1984, director Richard Franklin wanted to do a thriller for kids and intended to do a remake. However, the writers morphed the story into what became Cloak and Dagger. So lots of good reasons to watch this film. It's a tense drama with some great black and white cinematography that taps into the iconic fable of the boy who cried wolf, and a standout performance by very young Bobby Driscoll is fabulous. It's a must-see film. So, what I'd suggest you do is that you go to our website, find our virtual screenings page, find the link to this particular film, click on it and watch it. As always, we'd invite you to come back, share your thoughts about the film, and let others know if you'd recommend it for them as well. And then we're back in the not too distant future for our next classic films review. Catch you next time.